Hi, and thank you for watching us here at Tax Talk UK, where we talk about all things tax and consider other important aspects of working for yourself, being self-employed, running a small business. So as part of our series of bite-sized demo videos showing you how to use your Freeagent software, today I am going to show you how to raise a sales invoice. Now, we have covered this previously, but the software has evolved, so we thought it was a good opportunity to update the demonstration. Before I go into the demonstration, if I could please ask you to take a moment to subscribe to our YouTube channel. That way you'll easily be able to refer back to this information if you should need to, as well as being able to find a whole host of other information that we have available on a whole host of different topics, all aimed at supporting you in your self-employment. If you go to the playlist section of our channel and search for Freeagent, you will find the rest of the bite-sized demo videos that we have currently available. So back then to raising a sales invoice in Freeagent. So if I just jump into the software, and here we are in the demo account. So we're going to raise a sales invoice. So we need to go to work and invoicing, or we can also use the quick link new invoice here. So both will take to exactly the same place, and really it's a personal preference. Obviously the quick link is designed to be quick. So we want to add new invoice. So here we can see the list of the invoices that we have already raised. And so we want to do add new invoice. So firstly, in this software, we need to tell Freeagent some basic information about the invoice. So at this point, we're not actually adding any detail to the invoice. So we want to decide who we are invoicing. Now the invoice number, the invoices should be sequential, and Freeagent will sort that out for you. So there shouldn't be any need for you to change the invoice number. That will automatically increase each time. So then you want to choose your the date of your invoice and the payment terms. Now we cover Freeagent for CIS subcontractors in a different software, in a different video, sorry. So just to say here would be not applicable unless you were fall within the CIS scheme. So then you wouldn't need to worry about that. And in fact, we're only actually seeing this because this demo account is registered for CIS. So if you're not, if you don't fall within the CIS scheme, you won't see this. So you don't need to worry about this at all. So we then have some options where we can send some automatic emails, and they are fairly self-explanatory, as are the more options. So now we want to create the invoice. So any of these fields that we don't need, we can just leave blank. So now we're going to create the new invoice. So now you can see that has created the invoice to the customer that we chose. You see the invoice number that we saw at the start, the date, and now we just need to add some items to our invoice. So if we select add invoice item, so here you can see lots of different options, which will really will depend on what you're invoicing for, what your industry, what your sales, what your goods or services are, as to what is appropriate. So I'm going to just have no unit on this. So the details here is what your customer will see. So that is what they will see on the invoice. So you should put enough information on there that they understand what the invoice is for. And but really that information is for you and your customers' benefit. And we want to choose our unit price. And if we are VAT registered, we're going to choose the appropriate VAT code. So now we want to create and finish. If we wanted to add a separate line, then we would just do create and add another until we finish. So you don't need to put everything on one line. So for example, if you were trying to invoice your customer or client for 2 items that were separate and you wanted to have them on separate lines, then you can do that as many lines as you wish. And now we do create and finish. So now you can see that the added to that original invoice has added the detail and gives the total amount. And one of the good things in Freeagent is that once we've generated the invoice, we pretty much get a preview as we see it. So now we can either save it as a PDF, if we want to print it, or we can just send it directly to our customer by email if we have their details. And if we realize we've made a mistake at this stage, then we can just simply edit, and that will take us back to the actual invoice detail that we saw at the start. So sometimes perhaps you might be in this screen and realize that you've got the incorrect date, for example. So you can change that. If you want to edit the lines, then you can use the links alongside. Just to mention that as you know, once the invoice has been issued either in hard copy or electronically, we shouldn't be altering any of the fundamental details on the invoice, such as date or figures. If we realize we've made a mistake after the invoice has been issued, we should be raising a credit and re-invoicing if appropriate. So this is how we raise the sales invoice in our Freeagent software. I hope that we found this helpful. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.